What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. And for today's video, we got something very interesting, I guess you could say, because as you guys can tell by the title of the video, yeah, did Bray Wyatt actually leave WWE again? What in the hell's going on here? But before we do get into today's video, guys, we are 42 subs away from 200, and as I have said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike, this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel. It is completely taped. Yeah, maybe we might pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos. However, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel. But if those two boxes aren't enough motivation for you guys to want to subscribe, maybe this will. Because if this channel gets to 500 subs, 500, I'm gonna open up a booster box that I just got from my partners at Collector Store, and I never would have imagined I would be in possession of this. Yeah, a Korean Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box. No, it's not sealed because I think the idea is that they don't seal it, unfortunately. But I'll show you guys one of the packs. I'll show you guys one of the booster packs here. There it is. Absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely beautiful. So if you guys want to see all three of these boxes get opened, as I am trying to close this up, there we go. So again, 200, 500, 1,000. If you guys want to see these boxes get opened, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any premium live event predictions, results, WWE topics or news, I guess I would say, new card discussions, deck profiles, all of it. Subscribe, hit the bell so you guys don't miss out. And also too, guys, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. So there have been a lot of fans that are suspecting that Vince McMahon is the reason why Bray Wyatt had a sudden absence. We were supposed to have gotten Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania because if you guys don't remember, right before the Elimination Chamber, Bray Wyatt said that it doesn't matter who it was, whether it was Brock Lesnar or whether it was Bobby Lashley. Either way, Bray Wyatt was gonna get a match with one of them at WrestleMania. That did not come to pass with the fact that WWE has now been bought by the company known as Endeavor. So now it will now merge with the UFC. And when it comes to Bray Wyatt and Vince McMahon, their relationship has been creative wise, it hasn't been that well, if you will. Which may have led him to losing out on a spot on the card for this past year's WrestleMania. And again, as I had talked about before, the initial plan was for Bray Wyatt to have a match at WrestleMania against either Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar, and it didn't work out that well because of the fact that even though Bray Wyatt was playing mind games on Bobby Lashley, everything was scrapped. Everything was scrapped. And you guys know Bobby Lashley had yearned for a for a challenger for WrestleMania. He called out Bray Wyatt, didn't get a single answer, and it was later reported that that supposedly there was an undisclosed illness that led to Bray Wyatt's plans for WrestleMania being scrapped, which it could be a possibility that might have been the case, but it's also likely that it may have had something to do with the fact that Vince is back in WWE. But excuse me, but as I talked about, what was it, like a couple weeks ago? I think it was. Give me a second here. I think it was like a couple weeks ago. That hang on, guys. When was it? I think it was what, a couple weeks ago. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to look back on my phone, on my page. This was actually literally a week ago. Literally, so a week ago today. Ironically enough, was when it was actually last week that I talked about, potentially, seeing, Vince McMahon potentially coming back to WWE as the head of creative, which it is a possibility, but who knows? But it was actually penciled in for night 2 for Bray Wyatt to have a match at WrestleMania, but Vince decided against it, and supposedly now that he's back as back in WWE, creative wise, he may have switched. He could have been responsible for the switch up of the card, like when you look at WrestleMania. My theory is, with the match between Brock Lesnar and Omos, it could have been a possibility that Vince was behind Brock and Omos kicking off night 2 of WrestleMania. Now, if it was in the middle of the card, whether it was on Saturday or Sunday, that would have been one thing. That would have been one thing, and odds are Brock Lesnar probably still would have been a babyface, at that point. But I think Vince wanted Brock Lesnar to become a heel the very next night. So again, going back with the whole Bray Wyatt fiasco, Vince actually was criticized for the way he booked Bray Wyatt as the Fiend. If you guys remember that character, which actually debuted, what was it, right around the summer of 2019, so that was quite a while ago, actually. What was it? 4 or 5 years ago? Holy shit. Ugh. I mean, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. The Fiend's character worked. It literally works. Bray Wyatt has arguably one of the most insanely good creative minds ever in WWE, hands down. But when he lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania inside in Raymond James Stadium at, what was it, at 37? A couple of years ago. That was when he was that was when he actually left WWE, and it got fans thinking that Vince may have had something to do with his departure, and now again, and again, Bray, with Bray now back in WWE and Vince back in WWE, there's been a lot. Again, as I mentioned, there's been a lot of speculation that Vince may have had something to do with Bray Wyatt's departure the second time around, and former WWE star turned AEW superstar Matt Hardy actually shed a little bit of light on the whole on this whole thing on his own podcast. And he said, quote, Wyndham has always had a very strange relationship with Vince McMahon when he would do things that he liked. He would love him, and he would really give him everything that he could possibly give. He would bend over backwards to try and accommodate him, but when he did something he didn't like, it was like he was going to lock him away for good. And you guys know that Bray Wyatt came back to WWE this past October, with a huge ovation. Like, probably one of the biggest ovations I had ever heard in a long time. And his first like big rivalry since coming back to WWE was against LA Knight, and that culminated at the Royal Rumble this past January in that Mountain Dew pitch black match, which was nothing I'd expected. Nothing I would. It was completely unexpected. But now, but now with Bray losing so much TV time, it's hard to say whether or not we'll see him come back to WWE. But one thing that interests me is how exactly WWE will be able to recapture the attention with the whole Bobby Lashley Bray Wyatt storyline going, alongside none other than Uncle Howdy, which spoiler, it's Bo Dallas. Yeah, I never would have imagined Bo Dallas coming back to WWE after all this time. Who would have ever thought? I will say, I will say, looking at this piece of news, it actually does intrigue me a little bit, because even on social media, there are so many people who believe that Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt leaving WWE because of Vince is a good thing. There's a lot of people who are saying that, here's one person here. This is off of this article actually came from Sportskeeda's website. Big shout out, no copyrights as always, but somebody commented, not gonna say who it is for obvious reasons, but someone commented saying quote, if this is true that I am eternally grateful to Vince, I would be eternally grateful to anyone who got Bray Wyatt / Husky Harris off TV forever. Yeah, there are a lot of people who believe that, and in my opinion, I don't see it that way. I think it's not a matter of Bray Wyatt leaving WWE because of Vince. I think it's because of the fact that Bray Wyatt and some of the different characters that he's had over the years got over with the fans. Whether it was the whole the whole Eater of Worlds character that debuted in NXT, whether it was whether it was the Fiend, this this character that we saw recently, it got over with the fans, and that's that's something that many people are speculating that Vince doesn't like. And if this theory, let's say for example this theory is true, and Bray Wyatt leaves WWE again, where does Bray Wyatt go from here? Where does Bray Wyatt go from here? When you think about Bray Wyatt, one name comes into mind: The Undertaker. Let's go. If you guys remember, let's go back a few months. Raw 30, right before the Royal Rumble. The Undertaker, from an interview that I had seen on social media, apparently Undertaker mentioned something about him having high hopes for Bray in WWE, and potentially wanting to give Bray the best advice that the Undertaker could possibly give him. So again, where does Bray Wyatt go from here? If he has left WWE and he's done with WWE because of Vince, where does he go from here? What's next for Bray? And another thing too, Bray actually posted on his Instagram, in which I might be able to find it. I might be able to find it. Give me a second. Let's see. Let's see. How do I spell his name? So if I just put the word wind, here we are. So he posted on his Instagram back in November of 2019, and he said, quote, and he posted a photo of the Fiend holding the Universal title, and he said, and he posted and he captioned a quote that multi-platinum recording artist Rob Zombie, and also movie director, actually has a famous quote. It says, and I quote, "Life ain't shit if you ain't a star." And the thing is that that expression is true. It's something that Bray Wyatt has always went by for so long, and I don't know again, it's hard to say whether or not we'll see Bray Wyatt back in WWE, but I don't know, guys. I don't know, but I will say this. This will be very interesting. I'm not entirely sure if we'll see Bray Wyatt back in WWE again, because he's only been back in WWE for a few months, and this could may well be the end of Bray Wyatt again. Which brings me to the question of the day, which is this. Do you guys believe, based on everything that I just talked about, the question of the day is this: do you believe Bray Wyatt will leave WWE, or should he stay in WWE in spite of Vince McMahon still being in WWE? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, which get posted every Thursday and sometimes on Wednesdays and weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that thumbs up button, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.